had finally gotten captured. After being swarmed day in and day out by Grimm. All that fighting, and I was captured in my sleep. What an embarrassment. I tried pulling on the chain some. Sturdy. There was no escaping. There's only one thing I can do now. And that's sit back and wait for my final sentencing. I would hear the occasional scream of help from another prisoner. All I wanted them to do is all shut up. All I wanted them to do is just simply shut up. If they truly thought anyone was going to save them, they were wrong. I knew this, and decided to conserve as much strength and oxygen as possible. Though I didn't mind doing this. I felt like I had no worries. No responsibilities besides surviving the next day. Granted, I would much rather be beside my team in the nice wooded village, but given the circumstances, I'm not going to complain. And to be honest, wouldn't matter if I did. I was going to be dead regardless. I was sleeping sitting up, as I always did, when noises were heard. I opened my tired eyes. Another prisoner, I would say. I sighed and rolled my shoulders. I should be used to this. I've already been here a week, I think. Only visitors I've ever received are those tentacle Grimm that bring food. I mean, did it really matter at this point? They were all just delaying the inevitable execution. I stood, my heavily scarred body skinnier, but yet still maintaining that physique for the most part. No torture, just entrapment, which can be equally as insane-inducing. The other prisoners couldn't say that. Apparently the queen upstairs didn't like loud noises unless she was directly causing it. So I was left alone. I knew when to keep quiet, to not let them win. In all of my shortcomings, I knew when to stand firm. I hummed to myself that somber tune my siblings' mother taught me, as I look around with my dull green eyes faded from days of lost hope. I thought continuously of my weakness. I thought that I would have died, but no, here I was alive. None of the prisoners the same as when I came in. Hey! I decided to yell out after another day, this time without food. It's been 24 hours since my meal! Then one of those squid freaks tosses food into my cell. Thank you, Jesus. I hummed the song again. The sound was somber, but yet if the Grimm could notice anything outside of possible food, they would notice that I was at peace. This was how I had survived mentally in this hell of a place. I had fought for so long, fighting legions upon legions of Grimm. Then the fall of Beacon, losing the Battle of Atlas, where I was captured. I had no idea why I wasn't just killed like the rest. But when I was brought in, it was just a quick visual of the witch known as Salem, and told the Grimm to bring me to the dungeon. Now I'm here, hearing the torturing of everyone else, and I haven't been touched. I've been here for so many days. Who knows, maybe even months. And yet I didn't have a fresh scar on me. I was curious as to why this happened, but at the same time, I wasn't about to ask unnecessary questions and ruin my currently lucky streak of being. I heard the noise of a door opening and slamming. A woman in red was in front of me, screaming at me about me shutting up. She must have heard my humming. She demanded me to stand on my feet, and I obeyed, my only thought trying to survive. What are you going to do to me? I knew this was my final day. All I had, in terms of emotion, was that small glint of fear I'm sure was showing through my eyes. The woman smiled. She said she loved it when her pets looked so scared. I made those noises and it angered her. She asked me my name. Rowan Rainier of Teodol. As if I said nothing, she just declared me a prisoner. She mocked me, asking if I liked these chains. I was silent for a moment, my green eyes looking into her amber. What do you have planned? I asked again. She acted as if this was just a game of some kind, saying it would ruin the fun if she told me. She threw bread, genuine bread, not that stale plaque-filled thing that I usually ate. Genuine bread. She told me to eat. I devoured the bread quickly, still looking at her, weary of this strange kindness. She touched my face before immediately slapping it. She demanded me to give her thanks. Thank you. I was looking at the ground, embarrassed that the once Prince of Teodol has been brought down to this level. She taught me manners, she says, asking me if I wanted to stand trial before her grace. I looked at her. Stand trial. Please. She told me that was a good plan. And though she wanted to kill me, she also wanted me to live. She asked me to tell her my story. Yes, Your Grace. I was fighting against Grimm in Atlas and was jumped by someone. I don't know who, and was brought here and chained. I watched my team die right in front of me, and now I'm here. She declared that it must have been fun in such a mocking tone. I wanted so bad to say something. She also congratulated me on calling her Your Grace. She asked me my semblance. It's a short-range teleport, 5 feet. I call it Pounce. Helped me against a lot of Grimm and soldiers. She asked me what had stopped me from teleporting. And immediately she knew the answer. I cannot teleport with these chains on me. Yes, ma'am, anything I'm holding or bound to comes with me. That's how Atlas tried capturing me as well. She let go of my face, asking about my family. No, Your Grace. Atlas squashed my home while I was fighting in Mantle. Part of why they were after me. She shrugged. Looked almost sad that she couldn't hold my family over my head. She just asked me if I gave up, if I just no heroic plans of escape or anything. Mocking all the other prisoners who, outside of screaming for help, would also declare for hope. No, Your Grace. Death is inevitable. May as well see how long I can survive. To be honest, I wished most of them would just shut up. She declared me different. She asked me if I consider myself a martyr. She demanded me to beg. So beg I did. A martyr? For who? My home? The hunters? Atlas? Mistral? They are all against me. I want to live for once. For me. So please, Your Grace, I will do anything to just live. She demanded me to shut up, saying I should never sing again. She asked me if I understood. I bowed. The Prince of Teodol, the would-be chieftain of my home, bowing to another. My father would be more ashamed than he already was. Thank you, Your Grace. Before she left, she just demanded me to give her reasons to let me live. Yes, Your Grace. She laid an apple just out of my reach outside the cell. I tried so hard to grasp it, but it was out of my reach. She mocked me again before leaving. I sighed and gave up trying to grab it, looking at the beautiful apple. I didn't know where my life was going now, or for how long. But now I had a reason to survive. I came up with it while she was talking. But would I have the fortitude to do it? Did I possibly have the balls to betray everything I've stood for up to this point, forsaking my lifestyle, becoming a tool for the enemy? What for? Why was I deciding to do this? That answer came quickly. As destructive as the Grimm were, they didn't cause the death of my team. Atlas was. They didn't destroy my home. Atlas did. And all the Hunter Corps sided with Atlas. And now, I had nothing. So this time, I'll choose my side. It wasn't pleasant or easy to swallow. And I'll probably regret everything. But for right now, in my current state, it felt right.